There's really only one thing to warn you about on the spoiler front going into this case, and that is the mere presence of a certain character involved in this one is inherently a spoiler for the end of Dual Destinies. However, if you're familiar with the series conventions, it's not a reveal that's particularly surprising in that game. It's in all honesty quite obvious, so I don't consider it that big of a deal. Also, for those who haven't played Dual Destinies, this game does, thankfully, really try its best to skirt around the issue of exactly how Athena and this character know each other. Those details are major Case 5 spoilers for Dual Destinies, but you can be thankful that none of that is gone into here. Other than that, this case is 100% self-contained, so nothing else for me to say here. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, where it's time to start up Turnabout Storyteller. This one's actually going to be particularly interesting to me because pre-release materials revealed nothing about this case's characters at all, so I'm going to be completely blind on that. For most of the others, the characters were revealed on the, official Japanese website. This one, nothing. The only thing I know about this case at all is that it's an Athena case and Simon Blackwell is involved. That's basically all I know. Also the fact that people have said that it is kind of filler in comparison to the rest of the game's story, and the developers have said that they actually shortened down Case 2 just to make way for a longer Case 4. So yeah, I'll have to decide how I feel about this case once I'm finished it, basically, but yeah, I've also heard that this is based off of a kind of a Japanese type of traditional theatre, so gonna be interesting seeing how they justify that in the localization.
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
Is that all we get for an intro? Huh, that's... Oh. Some people already have a suspect and they have a plan in place. This is interesting. But, well, we know they've at least kept some of the Japanese name. We're in a courtroom already? Okay, then. Yeah, so, again, I've got literally no idea about the plot of this case, so this is pretty much everything's going to take me completely by surprise here. Yeah, exactly. Huh? Wow, okay then. Yeah, this is definitely last minute. So what happened? Yep, we've got an Athena case now. I'm definitely hoping the mood matrix is actually more relevant here, because they really underutilized that in case 2. Wow. The client is already late? So who is our client? Oh, what? Wait, he can't be the... This is weird. Well, it's probably happened before. So yeah, Simon Blackwell is back. This is actually pretty cool, since I always thought Simon Blackwell was one of the best things to come out of Dual Destinies. However, him actually being present is inherently a spoiler for Dual Destinies, so apologies to people who haven't played that game yet. Yep, they definitely go way back. As for their shared specialization in psychology... Yeah, we're being vague about this because these details are huge spoilers for Dual Destiny's Case 5. Yeah, Simon Blackwell's kind of interesting. I like him because he subverted my expectations massively. I expected him to be very grim, serious, almost emo, and then he turns out to be a completely insane troll with a very weird sense of humor. And he also is a bit of a weeb and refers to people with suffixes like that. Yeah, apparently the localizer said they turned him from more of a Ronin into just more of a standard samurai. I forget exactly what the thing was, but with his whole sort of samurai motif, maybe he knows the defendants here? Oh yeah, Apollo's getting sawn in half right now, so he can't be here for the moment. So yeah, just Athena and Blackwell. Shippers rejoice, obviously. Yep, it's a solo Athena case. Well, that kind of happened in Athena's first case, but yeah. Let's hope that doesn't need to happen here. And yeah, that teleporting line's pretty great. Already, Simon Blackwell is being amazing. Yeah, just as soon as we figure out what the heck this case actually is. Because I have no idea. Oh. Yeah, I thought "we" was noteworthy. Huh. Well, our client looks kinda drunk. This is gonna end kinda badly. I can see Soba there, so obviously he's some kind of a noodle worker. Oh, this is not good if our client's coming in kinda drunk. Possibly. Well, yeah, I was right about Simon knowing him, and yeah, his hair looks like a thing of uncooked noodles. Yeah, I'd agree with you in this case. What the heck is going on here? Huh, okay. That actually reminds me of a line all the way back in the first game. That's kind of a funny callback. Yeah, we're already launching straight into a trial. That's almost first case territory. Yeah. I'd probably reckon that he shouldn't be drinking just before his own trial, though. Let me check what we got here. We have no evidence! We have Simon Blackwell. We have... Taifu Tornado. Rakugo storyteller, yeah, wow. Famous for his Soba-based routines. He has 2 disciples under him in his troupe, okay. And, yes. 4th head of Wet Soba. He's still got a lot to learn about noodle making, okay then. We don't know anyone else in this case. Yeah. Alright. Makes sense for Blackwell to know someone like this. Number 3 passed away. I wonder who that was. Ah, yeah, that's... They're obviously going to pull some kind of a motive out of that. Careful what you say there. People might use it against you. And of course you're a massive fan. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was concerned about. Who was number 3? Well, considering that you're obviously drunk and have no regard for taking this seriously at all, kinda makes sense. Huh. Maybe we'll need to mood matrix him? Well, let's just hope he didn't do it. Oh no. Run away! Yeah, I'm wondering. Okay. Okay. Well, considering how much of a... yeah, weeb he is, it makes sense. That's a pretty good line. Well, however, we're not going to be dealing with much in terms of the next life here, because no divination seances. It's not like I'm tsundere or anything. We don't have any evidence at all. This is not...
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Huh. Why do I get the feeling that's going to be important? Sorry, can't take your order right now. I've been accused of murder. Yeah, that's obviously important somehow. No. And vomit everywhere. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I have heard of a lot of Japanese restaurants that take this kind of thing very seriously. Huh. Is he actually prosecuted? No, he wouldn't be. And tsundering. Yeah, shippers are probably having a field day with this one already. But solo Athena case is kind of interesting. I always thought that you didn't get to play as her that much in the in Dual Destinies. She only got one official case to herself, really. So let's see if she stands out a bit more here. back in the familiar courtroom with his beardness. Oh, I think I saw a faint clip of hair of someone that I know. Athena's always ready. Time for the third lawyer to take on Nayuta. What's this? You've already come back into the country after having an entire case abroad? Well, I mean, we've already pretty much got a feel for his kind of character already, so yeah, we're just skipping straight to the case itself. Yeah, I was wondering that. Ha. Well, he usually has some kind of a motive for this, but if Edgeworth himself is calling him for this case, the odds don't look that good for us. Debt.
Objection!
Is this to do with Apollo beating you before? Yeah. Yeah, more chick-related puns. We're probably going to get those a lot. At least it's marginally better than red pepper, I guess. I guess so. Well, admittedly, Francisca was she the same age or even younger? She was probably younger, and she was a fully fledged prosecutor. Though she mostly got respect by forcing people to respect her with whips. Okay, opening statement. Now we will finally understand what the heck is going on in this case. Please give me some evidence. 4 PM. So, that thing that the guy was saying in the dressing room, the counting and then the time being 9, that could be interpreted so many different ways. Kurukurute, okay. Comedic storytelling. Yeah, I actually did look this up a little bit. Taifu Tornado. Okay, why is there a yard with a doghouse nearby? Okay. There's a stage. Wow, that area is really badly trashed. Fridge is open? There's a bowl with stuff everywhere. Stuff spilled. There's really... Looks almost like the TV's been... No, the TV's plugged in. Something else is unplugged. Just looking around this for any kind of clues. There's a knife there. Huh. And his face ended up in a bowl of noodles. Suffocation? Well, that's interesting. Huh. Now, that is very strange. So we have no autopsy report yet, or do we? We might get that immediately afterwards. Yeah, of course we do. Right. Oh, I'm sure he has a reason, but let me just look at these. There's a little path there. Stages there, staff entrance there. That yard is probably going to be important later. There's 2 photos here. Victor was making soba noodles from scratch in the dressing room. Oh yeah, of course, because he was actually part of that, wasn't he? The room is covered in soba flour. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge, which is open already. And there's... Oh, that's flour. I think that was frost from the fridge for a second there. There's a mask on the table. There's a bunch of stuff ripped up in that bag there, and just... This is an extremely messy crime scene. We haven't even got to investigate it yet. Nothing was found in lungs. Okay, this is really odd. Oh. Yeah, well, obviously they're blaming the one person who has the opportunity, but they don't have motive or means yet. Oh, this is not gonna end well! Or just the fact that he drunk a bit. Okay, that's already not great. Yeah. Or is it? Yeah! Yeah. Oh! Okay. Huh. Okay. I think we need to find out more about this number 3, the previous owner of the shop. What was the victim trying to do with this? Yeah. Yeah, you read our mind. Well, you see, this case already thrust us into it from the start, so as a player, we're completely the same. Well, okay, so the first part of that sentence, I was like, hey, don't bring up bad memories in Athena. Then the second part of the sentence, oh, right, you're bringing weird insults into this again. Okay, so, right, she is worse than Red Pepper. Exactly. Okay, is it Emma, or is it someone else? Meeting a witness for the very first time in the courtroom outside of a case 1. That's going to be interesting. Oh, wow, okay. Although, come to think of it, I think... Okay, that's someone we've never seen before. Oh, wait! It's Simon Blackwell himself? He's a witness? Well, Athena's going to react pretty interestingly to this. I was saying, come to think of it, I think case 4 of Jewel Destinies also threw us directly into the trial from the start. And awesome theme music. You traitor! You're a witness against me! How dare you! Or not. It's probably something that totally isn't what it looks like. Okay. Of course Simon does. For now. Okay. Oh yeah, 1 night of research, whereas Simons probably knows it quite well, considering how well he knew the victim, so yeah. I would say not qualified off the top of my head. Yeah, exactly. only a fan of... What? You're skipping the description, right? Oh, okay. Well, then it is relevant to you. Curse it, you actually did do the research! My trap failed! No, irrelevant, objection! Let's get on with it!
Hold it!
Exactly. Well, he does kind of forget everything. Okay, testimony time. This one's going to be kind of interesting, but let's see just how incriminating this is. It is very... I was about to say something and then I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't because spoilers. Okay, 4 PM. Time of death is between 2 PM and 4 PM. Say hello, okay. Uendo apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo... Oh, okay, he first discovered the body, so that makes him fairly suspicious. It is a lot vaguer than most witnesses usually give. Yeah. Pressing time, and then I think the fact is that he could have died a lot earlier than 4. So, weird seeing the badge penalty marks again. So, if the defendant got there much later,
Hold it!
that may actually clear a bit of suspicion from him. Oh yeah, I remember that. You're invited. Oh! Uendo the second. Okay. Okay, so this is a lot like the whole Mr. Rhea situation before. Okay, this is obviously going to be important if there's an outline of the program. Ha, Tokisoba! Soba-sei. Okay. Okay, we've got a few characters mentioned here. Geiru. So, quite a few people we haven't actually met yet. Okay, let me check. Invitation summon. Ticket to the show, letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple program and a rundown of the show. A simple reading rundown of the show. Geiru was to perform her balloon act. Then Uendo was to perform his routine. Oh, that's probably what the counting was for, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. So we already have at least 3 characters involved here, including the defendant, but we also have the victim, and then we have the previous owner of that shop. So there's a few people who might be important. Being thrown into a case like this, I've got to latch on to everything that I possibly can. Okay, so he was dead when you got there, right? Okay. That could have been someone else doing a performance in there to throw you off the scent, because from the case's intro, it looked like at least 2 people worked together to try and stage something. Okay, you're sure it was him? You know, that could have very easily been someone else. Really. Like, I mean, that's not a very good way to identify someone, honestly. Someone could have very easily faked that. That probably means he went in there to talk about something, maybe the title deed, and then he just stormed out angrily. Okay. Huh. No, I get the feeling that he had a conversation with the victim and something happened that he didn't like and he ran out angry. I wouldn't say you would intentionally run out angry if you just killed someone. I'm not sure. Yeah. There's gotta be something we can do here. Okay, so what the heck does this guy look like? Okay, Blackquill was there, and then the other one was there, and then there was a dog in the yard. Oh yeah, that's totally reliable. Yeah, she could very easily have faked something there. We're obviously going to need to get her on the stand. Okay, this is probably important. So you didn't actually see the murder itself, clearly.
Hold it!
It almost feels like Blackquill here is a witness to witnesses rather than a witness himself. Yeah, that could have easily been faked as well. He could have gone in, rearranged stuff, and then faked a scream. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there are any obvious contradictions other than the time of death, potentially, and the fact that the whole time sobber thing, that could not have just been the victim who performed that. Someone else could have done that to make it look like the victim was in there. Oh no. Some items, okay. Huh. Unless he'd realized that someone was trying to frame him? I don't know. He came from the stage. Okay, so Blackquill did see the body. But yeah, there's just too much here that could have easily been faked. So we didn't actually see him. There's just... there's not enough evidence at this point. We've got an eyewitness account of eyewitness accounts, basically, but not an eyewitness account of the actual crime. See, here's the thing, Mutt was confirmed alive at 4 PM. That could have very easily been faked. But if that was the case, if Uedo came in from the stage, he couldn't have been in there faking it at the time. Unless there was some kind of a secret passageway back into the stage, and yeah. No. I think you left out a room there, Athena, but yeah. Unless he was already dead at that point. 2, possibly 3 minutes, that would be enough time to rearrange some things at the crime scene, but probably not to actually kill him. But if he'd been killed earlier... Notice how Widget isn't actually, like, in his angry pose there? Yeah. Now it's angry. I just realized that we're essentially having 2 prosecutors ganging up on us at once here. Kind of a unique situation. Or he's immediately being dismissed for being biased. Interesting. Now, the one that I'd like to hear from is Geiru. Okay. This is actually kind of interesting that he's been immediately removed for being too biased. That's kind of cool. I thought so. Time to meet another actual character. Let's see how weird they are. Oh, she's related. Unless it's like the Grimaires, where they all take on the same surname. So, character that I have never seen before. Okay. A balloon theme. Interesting. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please tell me we're not actually going there. Uh-oh. And this is like the 3rd time that this has happened to the judge so far? You'd think he would have learned by now. Yeah. Kind of like Trucy, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, how exactly did she? Yeah, that actually does kind of look like a severed head now that I think about it. Okay. Shisho, okay. We've got a lot of names being thrown around here. Okay, 12 years of performances, but who is Shisho? It is kind of creepy how she basically never shows anything other than a non-smile here. I have a feeling we might have to mood matrix her. Ah. Okay. Right, balloon testimony time. Okay. Yeah, that lines up. Okay, what about that? Oh, okay, that's the dog, isn't it? Obviously, we're going to have to jump on that, because that's completely new information that we've never heard before. Oh, hey, Blackville's still here. Sad monk! That's amazing. I'm also picturing him saying, "First you exorcise me," in a completely deadpan tone. That's pretty cool. User versus Blackville's actually pretty cool to watch play out.
Hold it!
No, let's move on to the cross-examination of Balloon Lady. It says, howl! Wait, wrong scripture. You troll. Yes, and I hope we can make you stop seeing balloons.